All right, welcome to the shop. It's a nice rainy Saturday. Today we're going to try to figure out how to get this seat cushion on the Blazer. So my boat did not come with one, and I want it to be mounted in a way that's removable, and so we're gonna see what we can do to make that happen. I think from the factory they just run screws from the lid of the live well up through the bottom and into the bottom of the seat cushion. I don't want it to get stepped on all the time, so we're going to see if we can put it on a fashion that is easy to just slap on there and remove. So my idea is, and this is going to be very much trial and error, we're going to try to take some 16th inch aluminum and create a that would come out of the bottom of the seat and wrap down under the hatch lid. So I'll show you that on the boat here in a little bit, but just to kind of get going, that's what I want to do. I got some 16th inch by 1 inch aluminum, and I also got some PVC trim. I went with PVC because it's lighter and it's a little less coarse than starboard, so it hopefully won't, when you're sitting on top of it, it won't scratch the deck up as much and tear the finish off the boat. So the idea would be to cut this down to piece size, and go in the bottom of here. This is a 1/4 inch thick, and put some strips on here so that it would help this sit off the deck a little bit to allow room for the aluminum so it doesn't scratch the boat. And obviously the screws, this is 16th inch, should be very hard to countersink this. I will wrap this with something. I'll probably put some like heat shrink wrap on it. I thought about putting plasti dip, add some of that, but the heat shrink will probably do just fine. But I had to go very thin so that it can fit down in the channel between the live well lid and the boat. I'll show you that in a little bit. So we're gonna get to work. I'm just gonna do my thing and let you guys follow along. Any comments, feel free to leave them, suggestions, whatever. This will probably be pretty crude, so don't hate too much. Just trying to get something together that will work, serve the purpose, and I was able to do this for very inexpensively. This was, I think, $11 for a piece of aluminum. I did get 2 sticks of this just in case I need some extra. I think I can probably do it with one, but it'll probably be more like 1.5. But these are $8 a piece at Lowe's. And I'll also take this, run a router along the edges just to round them off, so kind of help. You won't have a sharp edge to scratch the boat up, because this is going to probably wobble back and forth a little bit. If you don't have a router at home, there are pieces of this that are, I forget what the trim's called, but it's about half the thickness. This is 1.5 wide, I believe. They're about 3/4 wide, but they are pre-rounded. It's just a little molding, and so you could use that. I just liked this because it had more surface area, so we're gonna go with that and see how that works. So my understanding, after talking with one of the guys over at Blazer, is that these are permanently mounted to the live well lid here. So it is screwed in from the bottom down here into the bottom of the cushion, and it's there. And it just obviously opens with the hatch, but it just screws into the I guess plastic, whatever that is down there, some kind of starboard or something. But anyways, I would like for it to be able to be removed. I mainly fish off this boat, so a pad on the floor back here is going to be in the way. It's going to get stepped on. It's going to get ruined. But I do have the back seat rest, and that's what the holes here are for. And I would like for it to be able to be used when I want it to be used. When we take the family out to the island or scalloping, or just have multiple people on the boat, or whatever the case may be, so we can have the extra seating back here. So what my intentions are is to take some aluminum and run out and under the lip here and kind of it fold under. So basically, I'm doing this with my phone right now. I have the other camera mounted back in the workshop, but to go just wrap around underside the lid there, so that when the lid's closed and locked, the seat can't move. All right, so we're gonna come in 9 inches from each outside edge, a piece there, and then at 17 we'll put a piece there, and that'll keep it under the deck lid. I'll go double check those measurements, measure twice, cut once. And then I'm going to come 9 inches long. That'll leave me a room to put a piece of the trim in the back there, all the way along the edge. And I can put some filler pieces around the rest of it. I had some inch heat shrink, just happened to have where I did some battery cables. So I'm gonna run that 6 inches up this guy. I figured out that I need to get this on here before I start bending. And all right, and also made a little jig. This is gonna be, you represent the lip of the live well lid, so I can bend against it right over. So I'm gonna get my heat shrink on, and then we'll make our first bend at, well, 9 inches down from this end, and then we'll just bend it straight over this guy, and that accounts for the width of the lid and the 1/4 inch lip of the, or width of the trim that's going to be on the bottom of the seat cushion. So all right, so our first bend is just going 9 inches from the edge to get it to where I want it to be there. And then we're gonna just, you can take and pinch this between the boards to fold it. That does work. This is pretty thin, so I'm just gonna bend it. Yeah, it's just going on over. Yep. That comes out pretty good. And this is not something as, this is a mil spec fabrication here. So we're gonna take it, put it back on our jig here, and tighten that up a little bit. And we're gonna fold it on over. All right, there we have it. So that is going to screw down to the bottom of our seat and hook under the lip of the live well lid. We'll get the rest of these made up, and then we'll try to start messing with the actual seat bottom a little bit and see if we can get this thing going. This is the way most people would do this. So get that tightened on down and just push up against, and you've got it pinched in there. I have a vise, so I was just trying to do everything on camera while I was going, so. All right, got them all somewhat ready. Got a hole drilled in each, or 3 holes drilled in each one. Pairing stuff up.
Oh, that sounds about right. Sounds like what you do.
Trying to see if we can make this where it's removable.
Oh.
Actually ready to test it. And then I'll obviously have more of these to put on. I was just putting a couple of everything on to see if it
Okay.
will fit.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Alright, so let's get to putting this sucker together. Took all my pieces outside and routed the edges. This is very much a functional routing. This is not routing. I don't know, routering. There you go. More so than pretty. So, and it sort of rained on me, so I had to do it quick. Took it outside because it spits up so much dust. But yeah, the edges are definitely not as sharp as they were. maybe run a piece of sandpaper just over one more time. But other than that, let's get it put together. All right, so she does work. It's a little snug. It's not perfect. I didn't expect it to be, but you know, getting it to the lid to close and everything. But I think it's going to function the way I need it to. All I really needed to do is go on the half dozen or dozen trips a year that we're actually out with multiple people. 85–90% of the time it's just me and or one other person in the boat, so it won't be on there most of the time, and it's going to do what I needed to do to be able to come off the boat instead of permanently mounted. So I'm going to finish getting the rest of my little standoffs in place, and we will slap her on and take a look at it. All right, there she is. Not beautiful, but functional and should serve the purpose. So again, just got the PVC trim pieces I got from Lowe's. They were very rough cuts, so nothing's perfect. But they're on, and they help stand off and guard the deck from these screw heads or the aluminum strips themselves. Rubbing the deck, the screws are countersunk pretty well, so they shouldn't rub the deck. And we're gonna go see how she looks on the boat. All right, so I went ahead and put the backrest on so we can get the full effect. And so, as was planned, just hangs right over the front lip. It is a little tough to close the compartment. Ooh. Latch closed. So, yeah, bump it down in there. But that was to be expected. It's a very tight space. I put the aluminum strips fold right over and slip down in there. So to get it to close, you go put a little pressure on it, I'll sit on it, close it down, and there she is. So now we have our seat and our backrest. All right, so she's on the boat now, as you just saw. clean up my mess here and get inside and get back to doing something else. Can't wait to use the boat with it on there. Hopefully the family will be a little happier, be a little more comfortable when we take some guests out. Got a tournament coming up a week from today, actually. So over in Steinhatchee, y'all check out the FRS and keep an eye on us. Wish us luck. Everybody have a great weekend. God bless.